Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. I'm your host Harpreet Singh from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. In today's program, I'm going to take you over to London and my guest is Jag Singh. He's a well-known inspirational speaker, a writer, a TV host. He has been a champion of anti-bullying, mental health awareness, and anti-hate crime. Apart from that, he has made many motivational TV and radio shows to inspire others to achieve their goals, and he's also written a book called Unbreakable. So it's a great honor to have today with us Jag Singh. So let's continue with our discussion with him. Jag, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Harpreet, for inviting me. Waheguru Khalsa, Waheguru Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ki Fateh ji. Thank you very much for your time. So Jag, your story is very interesting. I was going through your book Unbreakable, a little bit I read. So let's go back to the mid-70s when you were here. What kind of challenges did you face which made you into the person what you are today?
Harpreet, at that time, we were at the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, me and my brother were born at a time in the 1970s in England, where we were surrounded by racism. We were the first Indian people living in East London, in the area of Canning Town. We had some great challenges. We had challenges at school. We had the bullies at school because they'd never seen anyone with a different colour skin. And on top of that, obviously, we were Sikhs and we were proud of our religion. So we had Gutta, we had Jure. This opened a big variety of abuse from not only the children of school, the teachers, and obviously the people that are living around us. So it's very challenging. And when I was 8 years old and I saw my house burn in front of me, where people at skinheads had put petrol through the window. And while I saw the house burn, I made myself a promise. And that promise was I didn't know how. But I knew one thing, I was going to do something when I grew up to make this world a better place. I didn't know how I was going to do it, what I was going to do. And then finally, when I came to age, I thought, I need to do something to make a difference. And I'm still trying today.
Wonderful. So before we continue with this, the book Unbreakable that you thought of, I would just like to share with our viewers a small video that you have sent us so that we can continue with the discussion. So let's see this video. So you had no choice except to become unbreakable. That is what we see in this short trailer. So, from young age, you saw all this happening in your life, which also in your mind must have put some very negative aspects of life. But as you grew, how were you able to surmount those negative impacts that you had? And as you said in the beginning that your purpose was to serve others, how did all this happen?
Harpreet, being an 8-year-old boy surrounded by racism and, neglecting school, teachers putting you in a separate part of the room, being segregated from other pupils, it's not very good for a child to be growing up around that. And it took me many years before I found out that, these kind of issues can have a big effect on your mental health issues. The main thing was my father and my mother always used to say to me, pray to God, Waheguru will make everything fine eventually. And my dad's words, I'll never forget what he said up to this day. He said to me that we're going to have to go through some tough times because we're kind of aliens in this country, but one day we will prevail. One day we will stand on our feet because we will do what all Sikhs have done all the time throughout history, and that is rise to the challenge. Unfortunately for me, it was a challenge which I had to face, and my brother and my family, but we never gave up, Harpreet. We kept positivity, we kept Waheguru on our side, and it was hard. It was really, really tough. And you go through a tough time and you get on the other side, and I've got to the other side. Today I've got my own children. I've got my Josh 18-year-old boy and my daughter 14-year-old. I'm happily married, and I tell them these stories, and I just had to get it in book form so that people can understand the true impact of hate crime, and it's not nice being in that environment. And we still got a lot of work to do as humanity to make some changes. And if I could be that little drop in the ocean who can make that small difference, then my life purpose has been served.
Right. So when was it that you thought of writing this book, and how long did it take you to write this book, Unbreakable Part 1?
But like you asked, Harpreet, my boy was born. He's 18 now. When he was born, and I held him in my arms for the first time, I looked at him and I thought to myself that my boy will not have to go through what I went through, because we've got so many equality acts, diversity acts. The world's moved forward. We still have to move a little bit more forward, but the world has changed. I mean, I don't remember in my school, Harpreet, looking at one anti-bullying poster. There was never a poster, because if there was any posters there from any national charities that were offering help, I would have called them, would have asked them for help. But that wasn't available. So when I held my boy in my arms for the first time, I thought to myself, he will not have to go through what I went through, because now, as humanity, we have all improved. We've got these Equality Acts, diversity, the laws have changed. There was nothing around in the 70s. England was a different place. And, that's why there was so much ridicule and abuse towards not only Sikhs, to other ethnics as well. And, that is not allowed, and it's not acceptable. And I'm so glad that... So when Josh was born, I thought to myself, I'm going to have to write something. My story will stay in my head. If I don't write it, it's gonna go with me. Right. So I started to. It wasn't easy writing a book when you're bringing up 2 children, because obviously I have to find windows of opportunity from work, bringing up the children. I never let obviously the book come before my children. It was always the children first and my family. But it was late nights, burning the candle on both ends. It was working hard, and it was tough. And the most tough part writing it was going back to those memories, Harpreet.
Right. Well,
that was the challenge I had.
Right. And as you said, it was a very negative environment in which you grew up. But that, negativity did not become heavier on you. It was your inspiration, your faith. What was that inspiration? What was that motivation that kept on telling you that, Jag, no, I have to come out and become a torchbearer and have some positive impact in this world?
Because to tell you the truth, Harpreet, I was sick and tired of looking at children being bullied at school. Even up to this day and time, children still get bullied, and it shouldn't be happening, because the people who do the bullying don't know the true impact of what they're making that child go through. And they say that, be kind to everyone, because you don't know what kind of mental health issues they are having. Just be kind to people. And that's my message to everyone. Be kind to the next person who's with you right now, because you don't know what kind of challenges they're going in their head, their confidence skills, or they might have eating disorders, whatever. We have to be nice to each other. And it was the challenge of making that difference. I had to do something to be like you said, the torchbearer. I'm not going to be here forever, Harpreet. No one lives forever, But tomorrow, when I am gone, my book Unbreakable will be there, and it will show that we went through a tough time. As a Sikh family, went through a tough time, but we kept our pride, we kept our belief in Waheguru. And secondly, not only did we go through that time and get through to the other side, I've also written about it now to the world, to show everybody, look, this is what we went through, we got through it, and that's because we wanted to get through it. We had the himmat, we had the strength, and we had the willingness to get through, and lo and behold, I'm on the other side, and still got a lot of work to do though.
Wonderful. Excellent. As a source of inspiration, your book, and apart from that, your inspirational videos, and how on television also and radio shows you have been trying to bring this positivity amongst the masses. We'll talk all about this. It's time for a short break. We go for a break. Once we are back, we'll like to see some of your videos and also discuss in details about what kind of messages you are giving and what impact is that having. So we'll be shortly back.
है जुल्म ढाने का अंदाज भी कितना हंसी हमारी जान पर बनाई है जब जब उसने अंगड़ाई ली कभी खामोश रहते हैं कभी शोर होता है मोहब्बत में शरारत का मजा कुछ और होता है दिल को जज्बात का तोहफा खामोशियों को बात का तोहफा, खूबसूरती में जड़ी नजाकत अदाओं की चांद से मुखड़े को चांद सा तोहफा।
भारत ज्वेलर्स, सच्चे प्यार की चमक जैसा। फाइल बिजनेस सेंटर सरी।
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ, ਡੈਲਟਾ, ਰਿਚਮੰਡ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਰ, ਇੱਕ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਇੰਟੀਰੀਅਰ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਾਰ ਸਕਣ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜਾਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ 6048259295 ਉੱਤੇ।
ਪਾਪਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਿਉਂ ਉਦਾਸ ਹੋ?
बेटा, तेरे चाचा दी कोरोना वायरस करके डेथ हो गई है क्योंकि उसने मेरे कहने के बावजूद भी टीका नहीं लगवाया।
ਚਾਚਾ ਜੀ ਤਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਲਿਖੇ, ਸਿਹਤਮੰਦ ਅਤੇ ਰੋਜ਼ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਨ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਟੀਕਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਗਵਾਇਆ?
ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਡਰ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਟੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਅਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਅਫਵਾਹਾਂ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਟੀਕੇ ਵਿਗਿਆਨਿਕਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਅਤੇ ਖੋਜ ਦਾ ਨਤੀਜਾ ਹਨ।
ਪਾਪਾ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੀਕਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲਗਵਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸਿੱਖ ਹੈਲਥ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਅਪੀਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵੈਕਸੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਵਾਓ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਟੀਕਾ ਲਗਵਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਣਾ ਕਰੋ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੈਲਥ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਮੁਹਿੰਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣੀਏ।
ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਨਵੇਂ ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਸਟੋਵ, ਓਵਨ, ਫ੍ਰਿਜ, ਵਾਸ਼ਰ ਡਰਾਇਰ, ਮਾਈਕ੍ਰੋਵੇਵ, ਫ੍ਰੀਜ਼ਰਸ ਜਾਂ ਡਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ਼ਰ, ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਮ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਤੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ 3 ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚੇਸ ਸਰੀ, ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ ਤੇ ਚਿਲਵੈਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਮਿਲਣਗੇ। ਇਹ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਤੇ ਇੰਸਟਾਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪੈਕੇजेस ਫॉर ਬਿਲਡਰਸ ਐਂਡ ਹੋਮ ਓਨਰਸ। ਕਾਲ 6045904140 604 590 4140। Once again, welcome back to the program. This program is being brought to you with the support of Day-to-Day Wholesale Cash and Carry. This is British Columbia's largest South Asian grocery store where you can buy groceries, party-wear, kitchenware, homeware at wholesale prices. More than 5,000 products are displayed on the shelves. For best prices, unique grocery buying experience and high-quality products, come to 7843 128th Street, Surrey, 604-503-8787. ਸਾਡੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਹਨ ਅਗਨੀਹੋਤਰੀ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੰਸਲਟਿੰਗ। ਟੈਂਪਰਰੀ ਸਟੇਟਸ PR ਨਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ, ਅੰਤਰਰਾਸ਼ਟਰੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਹੋ, ਸਿਟੀਜ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੈ, ਹਾਇਰ ਕਰਨੇ ਫੋਰਨ ਵਰਕਰਸ, ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕਰਨੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਜਾਂ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਨੀਰਾ ਅਗਨੀਹੋਤਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ 2006 ਤੋਂ ਸਰਟੀਫਾਈਡ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੰਸਲਟੈਂਟ ਵਜੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਓਨੈਸਟ ਤੇ ਰਿਲਾਇਬਲ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਫॉर मोर ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਾਲ 6045972284 604 597 2284। ਸਰਟੀਫਾਈਡ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੰਸਲਟੈਂਟ ਨੀਰਾ ਅਗਨੀਹੋਤਰੀ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਜੀ ਜੈਗ ਸਿੰਘ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ, TV ਸ਼ੋਅ ਹੋਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਮੋਟੀਵੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਲੈਟਸ ਗੈਟ ਬੈਕ ਟੂ ਹਿਮ ਐਂਡ ਲਰਨ ਮੋਰ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਹਿਸ ਜਰਨੀ। So Jack, you had a very inspirational journey, a very horrified times what you spent, but later on what you came out was that you want to inspire others. So let us know a little bit about your journey as to how you came forward as a TV host, as a radio host, and started making videos to inspire others.
It started off, Harpreet, when I was 9 years old. I was walking past a mirror in my mum's house, and I looked at that mirror and I said to myself, you know, I hate myself, I hate my life, I hate my existence, and you know, this life isn't really what I want. But then something within a few seconds, I think it must have been a picture of Waheguru, Guru Nanak that was near me, triggered in my head, and it said to myself, I said, you know what, I'm in this planet, I'm going through a tough time, but I'll tell you one thing, I am going to give it my best shot to get through this. Okay, I'm going to get through to the other side. I'm going to tolerate all the abuse, but I am not going to give up. I'm going to keep on going and going. And I did. I kept going, and obviously we had more Indian children turning up in our school. We had more Chinese. We had black children, and it was like, wow. You know, it is getting better. It is getting a bit more ethnic, you know, coming into the school. And then what happened was, then I lived a mediocre life. I got through that time and I got a job and everything. And one day I think I was 22 years old, and I was sitting at home and I saw an advert for the motivational speaker Anthony Robbins on TV saying that, you know, buy this book, Awaken the Giant Within. Mm-hmm. And from that 21 years old, from there, So for the next 30, 40 years, Harpreet, I read every motivational book I could get my hands on.
Wonderful.
And I read them top to bottom, bottom to top, as much as I could. And I made sure that, you know, I had to put myself in a position. And when you get in a position of motivation like that, you think next thing you can do is you think to yourself, how can I help other people get into this position?
Wonderful. So which year was this that you started then coming out and motivating people?
I started when I was about 24, 25 years old. I worked for an insurance company in London, and I was an insurance salesman. And every time we had newcomers in, they always used to make me sit with them and talk to them and inspire them to get these sales, to believe in themselves, to feel confident with their life, you know. So
Right.
I started speaking to people at 24 years old, and now I'm 51, so I'm still continued and carrying on.
So this was somewhere in the mid-90s.
Yes, yeah.
And especially, you know, when you start talking, when you start inspiring others, what was the kind of reaction? Because in our community, generally, you know, it's an open saying that everybody knows everything. And when you start telling others about motivation or positivity, at the time when you started, probably it was not at that level where we are right now. So did you face some challenges in spreading this message, or was it well accepted?
That's a very good question, Harpreet. A very good question, because when I remember when I had my first motivational book in my house, and one of my relatives came around and they looked at the book and said, "What's this mumbo jumbo you're reading?" the guy, "This mumbo jumbo you're reading, these guys just want to make money out of you."
Right.
And my relative who said that to me, I mean, get me right, I could have at that point, Harpreet, I could have said, "You know what? They're right. This is mumbo jumbo. These guys want to make money out of it." But what happened was that as I was reading the book, I was actually putting it, at least working out, following the steps, following the positivity, waking up in the morning in the first 6 seconds, thinking of the most positive things I can, rather than thinking of, oh, to go work, I'm getting fat, or whatever the issues are going around in my life. But instead, doesn't matter what was going on in my life, these motivational books said, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is show gratitude for your existence, that you are alive, you've got another day. So these small things, but yes, I did get a lot of that. But we're talking about the 90s here as well, Harpreet, you know, and a lot of my people around me were not on that level at the moment, where I've already read 4 or 5 books, and I thought, wow, there's a bookshop in Foyles. I was in there every week buying books, and that's my advice to all the youngsters out there and adults out there, you know, reading, motivation, there's so much available out there, Harpreet. But do we find time for it? We should, and I did, and that's why I share that same knowledge with everyone else now, if I can.
Absolutely, great. And also, I would like to share one video now with our viewers about where you talk about confidence and self-confidence, because that is one prime important thing which everyone should have in their life, but many times we just, get away from that. So let's listen to this video and then we'll further continue with our discussion.
Okay, so how to build your confidence. Okay, now here's a simple method of how you can right now build your confidence, okay, your self-confidence. People say to me, Jag, they want to have more confidence, and I say to them, okay, so how we're going to do this is by me asking you one question. And that question is, what is your feel-good factor? Okay, so what is it that makes you feel good about yourself? Many people reply to me saying that they haven't got one. There's nothing that makes them feel good about themselves. And there's some people say, yeah, there's 1 or 2 things that make me feel good about myself, but you know, they're nothing major. That's the thing. A feel-good factor doesn't have to be a major thing, like going out there and earning millions of pounds and going out there and having a super fit body. No, a feel-good factor can be something really simple. Having your hair done, having a shave, doing a brisk walk, small things that you can sit down and say, yeah, I feel good for doing that. Okay, feel good factor. If you can't find a feel good factor, then create one. Just create a feel good factor. Go and hug your loved ones. How does that make you feel? Okay, sit down with someone, listen to someone who needs help. Okay, just listen to someone who needs support, someone elderly, sit next to them, give them support and lend them your ears. And how would you feel after that? Will you listen to your children, elderly people? You know, all these feel-good factors you can do straight away every day. Okay, so find your feel-good factor. It can be anything, like I said, a haircut, a shave, going out there and do some skipping, walking, listen to someone. That feel-good factor is what will make you raise your confidence, because you'll sit back and you'll say, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I feel good for that. I did that. You're feeling good. Now what you've got to do is you've got to bombard yourself with feel-good factors, lots of feel-good factors. Okay, it doesn't have to be nothing major, like I said before. Applying for jobs, if you're looking for jobs, go to work. 5 interviews, 5 applications, line them up, feel-good factor. Go to these interviews, try, if you don't get it, doesn't matter, move on, next interview. Same for your training, okay, if you say to yourself, I can't get myself to train, I can't get myself to get up and do a workout, doesn't matter, start simple, something small, brisk walk, a few weights, invest in some weights. And after you've done these things, when you've actually gone out there and made the attempt to make it happen, you will raise your feel-good factor. And by doing so, you raise your confidence. So what's your feel-good factor?
Wonderful. Again, these small snippets really boost you up. When we talk about motivation, Jack, generally when we hear something, we get motivated for some time. But I always give an example of a Coke. When you open it, the fizz that comes out just settles down after some time. Probably sometimes it happens with us also, and especially during the New Year resolutions that we have. We make a lot of resolutions, we are very excited, but gradually, they start going down, and then we are back to the same original thing. It's time for a break. We'll be back and learn from you as to how to keep that motivation constant. What are the issues that we are facing today as human beings, and where we can come forward and play our role. So we'll talk all about this just after this short break.
ਕੁਦਰਤ ਦੇ ਸੌਮਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਰਾਹੀਂ 5000 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਬਣਾਏ ਗਏ ਹੈਲਥ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅਪਰੂਵਡ 100% ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਡਾਇਟਰੀ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਦਾ ਲਾਭ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ, ਐਂਗਜ਼ਾਇਟੀ, ਇਨਸੋਮਨੀਆ, ਬਲੱਡ ਸ਼ੂਗਰ, ਕਿਡਨੀ, ਬਲੈਡਰ, ਹਾਜ਼ਮਾ, ਆਈਸਾਈਟ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਦਾ ਆਰਗੈਨਿਕ ਇਲਾਜ, ਜੋੜਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਰਦਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਮਸਾਜ ਲਈ ਕਈ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਤੇਲ ਵੀ ਉਪਲਬਧ ਹਨ। ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ 604 628 2003।
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਐਕਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
Once again, welcome back to the program. This program is being brought to you with the support of AMC Insurance. If you're looking for home, auto, travel, business, life or recreational insurance, you can depend upon them. They have 9 branches in Lower Mainland to serve you. And they're open 7 days a week from 8:30 a.m. onwards till 9 p.m. For more information, call 604-507-6666 604 507 6868। ਸਾਡੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਹਨ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੋਮ ਕਿਚਨ ਕੈਬਨਿਟਸ। ਘਰ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਚਨ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਨਾ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੋਮ ਕਿਚਨ ਕੈਬਨਿਟਸ ਲੋਅਰ ਮੇਨਲੈਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਣੀ ਪਛਾਣੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਹਨ। ਕਸਟਮ ਹਾਈ ਐਂਡ ਘਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਮਲਟੀ ਯੂਨਿਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟਸ ਇਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਕੈਬਨਿਟ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖੋ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੋਮ ਕਿਚਨ ਕੈਬਨਿਟਸ। ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਸੁਰਜੀਤ ਤੇ AC 6045918171। Let's get back to Jag Singh in London and continue with the discussion. So Jack, before the break, my question was, as I saw your video, I was absolutely pumped up, full of things that I'm going to, conquer the world. But as time passes, that fizz goes down and we come back to our routine. How to keep that constant motivation in your life?
Harpreet, that's a very excellent point you brought up there, because one of my quotes I say to people is, starting anything in life is the easy part. Okay, if you're going to start, if you're going to go join the gym, that's the easy part. If you're going to buy yourself a bike, an exercise bike, that's the easy part. If you're going to buy a motivational book, that's the easy part. Maintaining it is the difficult part. Okay, surveys have shown that 60% of people who start a gym membership in January, flake out by February, March. 60% don't even bother going back. Starting anything in life is easy part. It's maintaining it and keep moving forward. I mean, I'm 51 now, Harpreet, and even up to this day, before I go to the gym, depends on what body part I'm going to do. So, for example, I'm going to do bench press. I still sit there for about 5 minutes, look on YouTube and see how I can better my skill. What advancements have come out? What am I doing wrong? Because the man in the room who says he knows everything, does he really know everything? Do we really, can we really sit there and say, no, we don't? No, I can't say that. And I'm sure many people around the world can't. The secret is to start something and maintain it. And to maintain it, Harpreet, sometimes you have to have that motivation. Why should you maintain going to the gym? Why should you maintain reading that motivational book? Because you want to do it for your family, you want to do it for the loved ones, and you want to do it for other people. So other people can look at you. I mean, like yourself, Harpreet, you just show you do is excellent and you're a great role model to everyone. And you want to do it for the people around you who say, well, do you know what? If he can do it, I want to give it a try as well. And that is the greatest inspiration that we can give to other people as human beings.
Right. So Jag, you have been very vocal against bullying, hate, crime, and you have been organizing a lot of seminars. You have been speaking on this. What are your views about reverse racism now? Because that when you talk about 70s, you faced all that. Gradually, things are getting better, but still, of course, it exists. But within our communities, we are seeing now the reverse racism, especially in Canada. What we are finding out is exploitation by our own people of our own people. That creates a lot of, kind of troubles in the minds of the people, especially who are coming now from India or Pakistan or somewhere else. That now it is not the other way, it is happening the other way around, that we are being exploited and by our own people. Is this an issue in England?
Be there. I came to a conclusion a long time ago, Harpreet, that I said to, and actually written this in my book, I hope and pray that aliens never come to this planet. Because if human beings can treat human beings like the way I was treated in the 1970s, I can imagine how we'll treat aliens if we came to this country, into this planet. But as human beings, we have to, racism, no one is born a racist, Harpreet, okay? Whether it's with a certain, like you're saying, with the certain Indians and Muslims, and no one's born like that. No one is, as a baby, born racist. Some way along the line, this information is fed to that individual in their heads, like it was fed to the skinheads in the 1970s, that, you know, they're brown skinned, they're blah blah blah, they don't belong here. And again, it's the racism that's happening right now is not something that someone's born with. So it comes back to the parents of the children of the future, the next generation, to tell their children that everyone is equal. We are all human beings. We all eat. We all sleep. We all get hurt. Yeah, we all get hurt with words, physicality. So we have to learn as human beings, and it comes back to the parents going forward for the next generation, teach their children that we are all equal.
Okay, wonderful. And again, Jag, you talk about, you pump people to become legends. And I happened to watch one of your videos. It's very inspirational. Would like to share this, and then we will again continue with the discussion.
We have enough evidence that states that the universe is vast, eternal, and never ending. Within this universe, there is only one you. Nowhere else is there another individual like you. Right here, right now, you exist, and there will never be another you, ever. This makes you a legend that can make a difference. Do something amazing with your life and leave a track of achievements so great that people will remember your name forever. Or you can just merely let the winds of life throw you from side to side, exist and ride the train of life in whichever direction it takes you. Many amazing legends have walked the earth, such as Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Steve Jobs, and many, many more. These individuals have left their success stories behind so that we can use these as an example of what humans are capable of achieving if we truly want to. What we have learned from these legends is that with true conviction, belief, and action, you can make a difference. You can impact another individual's life and become a legend, just like they did. Do it for your family, do it for the people, and more importantly, do it for yourself. This life you have been given is a gift. If you get up, take action, and reach out, you too can become a legend. First, you'll need to find a cause. Why are you here? Why do you exist? What is your purpose and aim? You can be anything you want to be, an inventor, a writer or dancer. You can be the best at your talent and skill. contribute your life to assist and support the charities, or be an amazing father, mother, sister, brother, and support your family by being there at their time of need. I believe that you can all become legends, and once you come to terms with that fact, a miracle takes place, and you begin to realise it is your birthright to be the best and one day be remembered as a legend who walked the earth.
Again, it's a very empowering video. Jag, there is so much to learn from you. If there is one thing which you would like to share with our viewers today all around the world, where they need to start, what would that be?
First, everybody has to find their passion. Everybody has a passion, whether it's writing, music, acting, presenting, whatever their passion is. Find a passion and then build their life around it. So first of all, find your passion, build your life around it, and nothing is achieved in this life without hard work. I mean, Harpreet, I couldn't read or write when I was 13 years old. I couldn't read, or I couldn't write. I couldn't even string a sentence together because I spent most of my life up to 13 being chased by bullies, ridiculed by teachers, a window smashed. There's no confidence there. But when I started to write my book, I had to start from the bottom. I had to learn verbs, nouns, da-da-da. And some people said to me, when I started writing my book, they said, you haven't got a chance in hell of writing it. You can't even speak properly. I said, no, at a young age, I said, I will one day write my book. And to see that I've not only written a book, I can come on TV shows like yourself and send this message out to people who shows me that I have lived my dream. I've lived my promise, Harpreet. And, you know, with the help of TV shows like yourself, I will carry on sending my message out to as many people as possible. But yeah, everybody, find a passion and build around it.
And many times we are unable to find our passion, but that's a separate story I would like to cover with you in another program, how to find your passion. Jag, it's been an honor and a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for what you are doing, and thanks for being a pillar of strength in the community and trying to spread these positive vibes in the community and elsewhere. And we hope you continue with all this work. If anybody wants to contact you or want to read your book, where can they find you?
Okay, simply they can go onto my Twitter account at JagSinghICan, or simply go into Google and type in Unbreakable, and it's available on Amazon for everybody to download.
And of course, your website is jagsingh.uk.
Yes, thank you very much.
Wonderful. Have a good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Harpreet, for having me on today. Waheguru ji ka khalsa,
Waheguru ji ki fateh.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Bye-bye. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਜੈਗ ਸਿੰਘ UK ਤੋਂ ਲੰਡਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਸਨ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸਸ ਪਏ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਭਾਰੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ, ਬਟ ਇਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੇ ਬਜਾਏ ਕਿ ਦਬ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਤੇ ਹੇਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਰੇਸਿਜ਼ਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਬਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਫੈਲਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਯਤਨ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਥਰੂ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਸ਼ੋਜ਼, TV ਸ਼ੋਜ਼, ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਸਪੀਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਿਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ jagsingh.uk ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੰਡੇ ਟੂ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ 6 ਵਜੇ ਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਿਕ। If you also want to be a part of this program, you are most welcome to email me at harpreetsingshow@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp me at 604-603-7555. The purpose of this program is to educate you, inspire you, and to empower you. And if you know someone who can come forward and share their life or some wisdom with us, you are most welcome to contact us. ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ, ਫਿਰ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਹੋਏਗੀ। Have a safe evening, stay healthy and enjoy yourself.
ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਰ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋੜ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਪੇਸ, ਮੋਡੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਟੌਰ।
ਵੈਨਕਾਸਾ ਟਾਈਲ ਅਤੇ ਸਟੋਨ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਲਸ, ਸਟੋਨ, ਮਾਰਬਲ, ਬੈਕਸਪਲੈਸ਼, ਮੋਜ਼ੇਕ ਆਦਿ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਟਾਲੀਅਨ, ਸਪੈਨਿਸ਼, ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਪੋਰਸਲਨ ਜਾਂ ਸਿਰੈਮਿਕ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਰਬਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਡਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਲੀਅਰੈਂਸ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮਾਲਕ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 1304 84 ਐਵਨਿਊ ਸਰੀ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 604 330 7363 604 330 7363।